Hello! Hello and welcome to the stream today. As you might be able to notice, if you're a frequent stream viewer, I have totally changed my audio. It is in theory much better, and OBS is not showing my VS Code window, which is fine, I suppose. I guess I could live with that. Yeah, we'll just do this. This is just an ASMR stream. There's not gonna be, you're not gonna like see what I'm doing. No, definitely not. Okay, let's figure this out. Yeah, no, that's not the VS Code window I want. This is the one. Okay, yeah, there we go. There we go. So to get my audio to sound different, and I'm not gonna say it's better. Not super confident that it's better. But to get to my audio to sound different, I just used the software that is baked in, that you get for access to for free with your Blue Yeti microphone. And I already know that Blue Yetis are not supposed to be like the classic streamer mic. Most streamers don't use Blue Yetis. Because they spend like more than $100 on a mic. They spend like $300 or $500 on their mics. But I didn't do that, and this one has just been, it's been all right. See, my typical peers for audio quality are not other streamers, believe it or not, if you can believe it. Because I'm not even a streamer. I get like one view of video. Typically my peers are other software developers who are working remotely and still delusionally believe that they're that their laptop microphone is sufficient. There's no problems with using their laptop microphone, and they're also totally fine with using their laptop webcam as well. I mean, we're talking like CEOs of companies see no issue with using just built-in microphones. They think, oh yeah, I bought everybody a $2,000 laptop. Surely the audio equipment on it must also be really good, despite the physical reality that, like, oh, if you're typing on your laptop, you're literally typing on you're like fucking tapping, you're like tapping your microphone. Sorry if that's really loud, but yeah, I was just tapping my microphone. Like, I don't. Anyways, I'm talking about my microphone. What the hell? Okay, so I went into the audio tool. Okay, which it's really not. It doesn't seem like it's great software, but there's a couple of sliders. One of the important sliders is a noise gate, so I've got a noise gate. I might have the noise gate, being applied too liberally, but I think at least the what would you call it, like the background noise and just like the audio interference, pretty sure that gets filtered out by default. So when I'm silent, it'll actually be silent. That's cool. I think you could still hear my mouse and keyboard, which is good. I would prefer that you hear that rather than like nothing, because if I'm typing and you like show up on the stream and you see stuff being typed but it's completely silent, like what are you gonna think? So I think typing sounds are kind of important. Oh, and I used like radio broadcast presets, which honestly I just picked one of the presets, I listened to it, it sounded okay, and I'm like, good to go, let's do some work today. Yeah, hold on, I gotta blow my nose. So yeah, anyways, relative to my software developer peers, I think I'm more conscious of audio quality. I'm like the most conscious of all audio quality. They won't even use headphones. Oh my god, like I can't tell you, every job I've ever worked at, I've tried and failed to make the argument, and it just goes in one ear and out the other. I'm like, hey, did you know that if you're not using your headphones, then echo can happen? They're like, what? No, I don't hear echo some of the time. I'm like, yeah, that's because the software that you're using tries to, using AI or something. And this helps because I'm a data scientist, right? So like I'm explaining it to them in terms that they can understand, rather than the actual reality, which is probably just its, digital signal processing and not necessarily AI. But anyways, yeah, did you know that you not using headphones is the cause of either echo or it will selectively mute people. Like you can get muted if someone else is talking. Or like you can't hear other people talking while you're talking. Like don't you think that that's a problem? And they're like, nah, but I'd have to like wear headphones and shit. And I'm like, yeah, yes, you have to wear headphones. What's wrong with you? Yes, wear headphones. I swear, if I ever run a remote software company, if you have some kind of medical problem where you can't wear headphones, I can't hire you. That's just all there is to it. I am not going to put up with that. I can't stand it. It's so frustrating. I'm literally just trying to understand my coworkers, which already takes 110% of my focus. And then sometimes the audio just like cuts out. And we're using it. Everyone's probably using Wi-Fi internet rather than wired. So it's like, they're cutting out every 10 seconds. The video randomly goes blurry. Someone's fidgeting. Someone's picking their nose. It's just like a flood of information that it wouldn't have to happen if they were in person, because if they were in person they would know, hey, quit fidgeting, stop twiddling your pen, it's making noise. Hey, there wouldn't be someone walking around behind you. Oh god, it's so annoying. Whereas me, I'm literally just like sitting there, hands folded, and if I get bored, I I mute my mic and open up a game on itch.io or something like that, like a platformer, so that I am still staring at the screen, so I'm not distracting people. I'm just looking straight ahead, but I am totally not paying attention to the conversation at all, because meetings suck. Anyways. We're gonna get started here in a second. Let me take off my sweater. All right, very good. Now, it has been about 4 days, I think, since I've worked on this, which makes me very anxious and scared, because I have this weird problem where if I go more than a day without working on this, I like convince myself that I've forgotten how to code. If I take a day off, I'm like, ah, man. At the end of the day, it's like, wow, I just spent a day not doing anything. And my brain's like, oh my god, I didn't code today. Does that mean I've forgotten how to code? The little creature, the little SpongeBob's in my head, like, starts rifling through filing cabinets. Like, wait, where's the stuff on coding? Where is it? I can't find it. I don't know how to code. Holy crap. But I did do that 48-hour game jam over the weekend. That was cool. I basically worked 10 hours a day. Well, it was 3 days. So it's like, but it was like one night and a day and a night and a day. So it's like, but I think all in all, the streams added up to like 20 hours. So that's this quote unquote 10 hours a day. I don't know. Something like that. Which is good. That's more than I usually work. So yeah, I think I'm trying to train up the productivity muscle and be able to work for longer periods of time. Because honestly, that's what makes me happy. That's like the only thing I've got going for me. That's the main thing I care about in life. Right now, at least. Okay, I just opened this up and we're gonna set it up so that I can see what's going on. Okay, what does this go to? I hope OBS doesn't crash. It literally crashed twice on me during the game jam. Okay, there's that, and then we gotta resize it because it's always got that problem. Cool. All right. So this right now is demonstrating the fact that I can render pretty much an arbitrary number of points. This is 500,000 points, I believe. And the zoom in works. I'm pretty sure I found a bug this way, which is cool, and then I fixed it. Yeah. Because I remember now. I remember. Wow. Okay. I'm glad I can remember. There was there was like a parallelism, like asynchronous bug that came up where because all this rendering is done through, how to describe it, all this rendering is done via um, tasks that just get queued one after another. Um, I'm pretty sure. So JavaScript handles those, right? So like, who knows what it's up to? I queue up all those tasks, and but in theory, it shouldn't be able to queue up another task until one of the tasks is finished. But it seems like, um, they can run out of order, or they can like partially be running in not in exactly the right order, which means I was like saving the data using an index that assumed it was all running in order, which apparently it doesn't do that. So I did change that in the code, and having changed that in the code, it works now, which I believe is in this file. Is it? Oh, this is the constructor I'm looking at here. This is the constructor. Yeah, I remember that. Mm-hmm. Ooh, I don't think you hear mouth sounds anymore. That's got to be good for you. Congrats. Congrats, viewer. Um, right. I need to, yeah. So this is assign a color to each of the accuracy commenting each block that I set up. I think it's really good. That honestly, you can have a very large program all on one file, and it still feels manageable if you set it up like that. This I would say I learned during the I don't want you there anymore. During the game jam. Draw, what am I drawing? Draw a single point for each color to be copied later during rendering. I should move this to a note. At the time, I was just like, I don't have the energy to move this to the notes section. But now I think I'm okay. I can manage it. Don't need that. Okay, that's cool. Right, and each yeah. So I did wow, I did this insane thing. I did this insane thing where I broke all the notes into components, quote unquote components that I'm calling them. And it's a matrix of components where if say it's 4 key. I've got 4 transparencies layered on top of each other, one for each track, which enables you to turn on and off each track. And then simultaneously, I can't really demonstrate this. Each of those tracks are divided up into yet more transparencies, one for each accuracy setting, or one for each accuracy of the accuracy settings. Meaning that the user can, this is what I hope to do, the user can like click on one of the accuracies somehow. I'm not sure how they're going to do this. But this is especially for someone who's like, you know, they can't quite see very clearly where their misses are, for example. Like they say, like say their attention is drawn to a count of the number of misses, boos, or whatever they have, right? And they're looking at the graph and they're like, I don't see it on there. What they could do is they could click on the text or somewhere, not sure yet, they could click on the word miss and it'll fade out everything else and highlight the miss one. And I can do that by, excuse me, by changing the alpha just before you draw the image associated with those accuracies. Yeah, that will work very well. Let's stop rendering a bajillion points, though. There's no need for that. Yeah, this is a very long song. We don't want that anymore. Let's do that. 2-minute song. And, okay. What are we actually trying to do today? I could implement auto-generated colors. Don't know if I want to start off doing that. Oh yeah, by the way, not sure if I'm gonna stream the full amount of time today. I'm kind of like gently getting back into this routine. The game jam definitely took a lot out of me, so I kind of want to gently get back into my routine, and it might take a little while. So today's stream may be shorter than usual. Okay. Also, I could not get to sleep last night. Holy crap. This one I could do. This one I kind of know how I'm going to do. Wow, we are really close to having this work. Do I have... yeah, I need like accuracy type counts and all that stuff before I can actually enable this feature, which is nearly already done, but okay. Well, it's going to be a little bit tricky because there's this weird thing where there's an early and a late version of an accuracy. So, getting those to connect to what's displayed on screen might be like a little bit awkward, but I'll figure it out. Okay, so yeah, the problem is, so what is, let me do npexpo pack. So it's not so dense. So it's not so dense. Okay, here we are. Okay, so these colors are great, but the deep dive, this is not nearly as colorful. Partially because these are auto-generated notes and therefore they're all red. That's one reason. Another reason is the concept of an accuracy color does not extend to this. This is actually a separate file doing a whole separate thing. So we just need to pass the information between. Yeah, we just need to pass the information between the two. I don't know why I hit return. Yeah. Because you can see they change from colored dots to white dots. So that really needs to be fixed. Oh, this is such a great feature. God, I want people to have this feature. Ah. People need this feature, dude. I love this feature so much. Hmm. Okay, deep dive. Um. Right. This is how I'm doing the animation thing. Big blocks of like 30 lines of code. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how it has to be, I guess. I don't know. Animations are complicated, man. Animations are complicated. Oh, this is yeah. This is to draw the node index. It's so insane. Look at this. Look at that, dude. Look at how absurd that is. It's massive freaking for loop. Okay, yeah, everything's white. Expand the bounds slightly for drawing the indices to prevent pop-in, useful for drawing both indices. Indices. Oh, right. Index, quote unquote. Note index and song and time index. Right. This is preventing pop-in for the text. That's right. Yep, that makes sense. Is this in the draw loop? Wow, this is in the draw loop. Honestly, it's amazing how fast computers are. We've got all this code running. And it's all in the draw loop. It's kind of insane. I mean, a lot of it is just if statements, so that stuff is not so terribly impressive. So can I pass over this information? Oh, I have a vague recollection. I'm vaguely remembering that. Is this an abstract class? It is. Okay. I'm vaguely remembering that in order to know what color to use for any accuracy event, you have to classify it. You have to turn it, you have to associate, like negative 50 milliseconds or whatever the accuracy timing is. You have to map that to your accuracy settings, like an index, There needs to be a one-to-one mapping there. And I don't want to have to do that calculation in the draw loop if I can help it. So, and this may just be premature optimization. Oh, hey, look. Yeah, get accuracy index. So do I have an array for that already? Freaking heck, dude. This is so much. There's accuracy colors. Oh, accuracy colors. Oh, wait. This is just one for each accuracy, right? Yeah, that's not what I thought it was. When I do the rendering work, I call get accuracy index for each. I have accuracy indices. Aha, yes, here it is, next to linear recording. Very good. So if I pass over accuracy indices, in addition to accuracy colors, that will be sufficient information that Deep Dive needs. Okay. Now I understand. And I may even be able to use the accuracy indices to improve the text drawing that I do. Yeah, the text drawing that I do may be different. That's a number array. And what else? Accuracy colors. Okay. I pass that information in. And where's linear recording? Here we go. Yes. Cool. Now who calls init? You call init. Yay, okay. Now Deep Dive has all the information it needs. Great. Now what? I've got a question. You know, actually, calculating the accuracy index for each on-screen event would really not be a big deal because there's so few of them on screen at a time. that's not a big problem. But, you know, I might as well pass the information along because why recalculate everything, you know? You know, like if there's a problem with it, I'd rather have only one source to worry about. If there's any problem with the data being displayed, let's only worry about one source. You know, solve the problem in one place and propagate the solution to everyone who needs it. Mm-hmm. Why? Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, so I can do away with this call. Okay. And is everything else just... What is entry used in? Um... Huh. Weird. Go figure, dude. Go figure. So I guess I want, like... I should just have I, honestly, right? Like, let entry equal... Yeah, just do that. I mean, I'm already using this dot here, so it's not a perfectly functional function. And I assume having I is not a big deal. And then I can say accuracy name is equal to this dot accuracy settings dot name. Okay. Now I need to go to all uses of this function. We've optimized. Look at us, we're optimizing. It's slightly imperfect because I still have to do like is event a miss, is event a boo. But I think those are a lot less involved because they don't involve a for loop generally. Whereas get accuracy event name involves this cute. I mean, it's such a tiny for loop. It's only based on the size of accuracy settings, so it can only ever be really tiny. It's more involved, so why bother with that? Why bother with that if we can avoid it? Okay. So, do I want to draw the accuracy text with the accuracy color? Do I want to do that? Or do I just make the lines that color? Well, let's start with just the lines, I guess, right? Let's start with the lines. And the dots. Ooh, let's start with the dots. Here we go. Which Uh-huh. Oh, I'm not even using the points. Ah, frick. I'm using ctx.fillRect on the point when actually I should be copying the, I should be using the point canvas. Yeah. Um... Mm-hmm. Right, so I need colored points. I need colored points. Um, yeah, because using colored points, I guess, accomplishes two of the problems. I both get the points colored the proper way, one, and two, I get the proper shape of point. You know, they're like a unified point shape, which is such a minor detail, but I care. I care. And this is not being used anymore because I'm using graph components instead. Okay, where's the colored points? Here we go. Yep, I need to copy you. So now, when I go to draw this rectangle, I'm not actually drawing a rectangle anymore. Instead, I'm doing kind of the same arguments, right? Except I need to provide the image as the first argument. Yep, okay. This dot, let's see. Right, that's right, that's right. Yes. And dx, wait, yeah, destination x, destination y, destination width and height. Okay. Point size. I guess I pass that information over? Yeah, I do. Okay. That's fine. Okay. So what this has done is it'll make the points have the same colors in Deep Dive, right? Yes, that is what it does. Oh. Accuracy label text somehow doesn't work. Cannot read properties of undefined reading name. Okay, I must have an index issue. 564. Oh, right. Property points context does not exist on type results display. Who thinks that it does? Who thinks that it does? Oh, right, I'm assigning to it. Right. Yeah, none of this should actually exist. Because we're using graph components now. Okay. Okay. So now all it's missing is the lines being colored, I think. Oh, hey. Hey, Max. All that's missing is you. That's very sweet and accurate. All right, let's color those lines. Let's color those lines. Do you like that? Do you like that animation? Is that cool? Draw the time index, draw the node index. The line extending from the right side. Yeah, this needs to be colored. I think right now, stroke style white. Yeah, that's what I need to change. Okay. So we'll move this inside. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's a really cool transition, and I really can't wait for this feature to be done so that people can actually make use of this feature. I think it's really, really cool. We get the accuracy index, so I know what color to use. Okay. And now that should color the lines accordingly. Yeah, so we've got this cute little zoom window, and then you deep dive. And, oh, yeah, no, I think it's working. I just need to make the last stage, wait a second. That's a really big accuracy drift, but I guess that's correct. Cool. So then I just need to make the last state of the animation also draw with these colors. Oh, I need to do it twice more actually. Okay, there's the draw line, right? Okay. Yep, that's right. And then the final stage here. Get rid of this stroke style. Okay, now the lines should be colored accordingly. There we go. That looks pretty neat. This view is scrollable, by the way, Max. You get a scroll bar, and you can also do smooth scroll if you middle click. Now, do I want the text to be colored, or is that too much? I have a feeling coloring the text would be too much, but I can test it and see how I feel. I believe the text... When is the text being drawn? Ah, it's as soon as I have fill style, right? Okay. So I will do accuracy label equals this. Ba, ba, ba. Let's see how we feel about colored text. I don't hate it. I think perhaps this particular color is not great, but um, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It makes this text on the left look a little bit conspicuous and boring. I always do that. Let's try doing the white text again. Number 1 or number 2? Number 6 or number 5? Oh, this just looks disappointing now. It's so much less exciting without the colored text. Gosh, I really like hitting that back button by accident. I think this is a bike shed problem. Yeah, I think this is definitely a bike shed problem. I doubt it matters. I think it'll look the same either way. And people will just accept whatever I give them. I'm going to leave the text white. Gonna leave the text white, which makes it slightly less visually exciting, but that's just the kind of guy I am. I'm just not very visually exciting. That sounds really weird. That sounds really weird. I take it back. I regret everything. Okay, we're good. We're good. So, okay. So that's that feature done, right? Yeah, things are colored appropriately. Cool. Can I... Okay. This is very nitpicky, but can I lighten up the color for amazing? It's just a little bit too dark. Prescribed colors. RGB. Is this it? This might be it. No, that's not it. Wait, is it? Oh yeah, accuracy colors, middle accuracy index equals this one. Yeah. So how do I lighten you? Red, green, blue. So I just do that in theory, right? And it's lighter. Not much. What if I... What if I go that direction? Where does that get me? I need to go fiddle around with an actual color picker real quick. I need like a more desaturated purple, and there's there's not like a slider for saturation that I can really do. What is it? 134, 89, 201. Let's try this. More blue than red, I guess, is the direction I needed to go. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was kind of looking for. That's definitely a more desaturated. It's like less blinding this way. It kind of feels better. Okay. What's next? What's next? Do I really want to do the grand refactor right now? Well, no, but it kind of needs to be done regardless. Yeah, I guess I should do that. Oh, I really don't want to. Really don't want to do that. But I ought to. Okay. So, the problem now... The problem now is I've got this guy, play results. And I've got this guy, which has way more code. This guy actually draws this graph and does the zoom window and all that good stuff and the tracks and yeah. So this guy right now is the more exciting class. But you see, he's not a static abstract thing. He's instantiated. And so he relies on this guy to create him. No, he actually doesn't rely on him to create him. He relies on what? He relies on what? Who creates results display? This guy. Okay. So results display kind of just always exists. How? What? Note manager? How does it get a note manager? Oh, okay. No, this is right, right. Okay, this is my preload that does it. Normally, you get it someplace else. Oh man, this is ooh, this is gonna be fun. Okay, yeah. Results display gets created at the end of a song, typically. That's how it's supposed to work. So basically how I want to change this is no more results display. Instead, we're going to have play results, but play result is going to get an init function. Yeah, play results is going to get an init function that accomplishes the same thing as this guy. As this guy's constructor. Which, holy crap, this guy's constructor is now massive. But that's fine. We don't care. And this is just so that we don't have two files that accomplish the same thing. Okay. So come over here. Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot of crap. Yes. And now we're going to take all of you, including the log counter. And you're all going to get the keyword static. And by the time I'm finished with all this, the program should do exactly the same thing that it was doing before. That is a true refactor. Okay, so now add all missing imports. All right, we just added like 80 lines up here. Good stuff. Okay. And okay, so now we need to bring in the functions. Yeah. I'm going to be very careful about the draw function though. Okay. We've got some other stuff here. Get point position is way down. Huh. Yeah. Okay. Can I use map linear 2 instead? I do prefer the map linear 2, given the option. Okay. This dot total notes. It's a read-only property? Says who? This dot total notes. Oh. Weird. I'm sorry, when did that happen? Oh, right. Now that I'm using an init function, read-only is useless to me. Read-only only works if you're doing it in the constructor. I don't care. Honestly, I really don't care. Because I trust myself. Track toggle buttons. Okay, yeah. There's a lot to do still. Alright, so now we've got the constructor and the rendering job, the rendering work thing. And we've got get point position. Okay. And now we've got this draw stuff. We've got this draw stuff. So I believe the draw stuff, let's move you up here, map linear 2. Let's see. We're no longer calling draw on results display. We can still call black background, that's fine. And all this stuff is UI, right? Yeah, so that's very good. So that means I can just take all of my stuff here, paste it in there, and it'll be in the same style, because how I did this was I put the UI at the bottom of the draw loop. Because UI gets, I want it to be drawn on top of everything, so it makes perfect sense for it to be on top of the draw loop, or the bottom of the draw loop. Okay, so that's that. There's a lot of errors in here now, though, right? Right, because this all asks for some utility functions. Some utility functions. Okay, let's grab this guy. Draw a graph background. Yeah, that's totally fair. Okay. Yeah, draw a graph background. New accuracy bounds doesn't exist. That's because these are not static functions. Okay, I need to make sure I do that. Right, is draw static? I think it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay. So there's gotta be at least one function hanging around, not static. Maybe I just haven't brought that function in yet. And let's refactor everything we can to use map linear 2. I will have to refactor that as well. All the missing imports get added. Oh, except for map linear. Hold on. Hold on. Ah ha ha, you tried. You tried to get in here. Good luck with that. Okay. It's now mostly intact. What about you? Okay, it seems like it's all global dot results display related. Current score, percent score. These don't need to work though. These don't need to work. Because these aren't even, I haven't even created the buttons that do this yet, I don't think. Right, because message from last display is just like not real. Okay, there's a little bit more stuff in here, but this might be, yeah, I'm not using any of this stuff. I'm just gonna like bring it back over when I need it again, because this is like what used to be there before I started this massive refactoring process. Okay, so this is basically good. This is basically all set. We could try. Okay, well we need to change the way we're passing it the information for it to get started, right? So we rather than doing this, rather than doing that, hold on, play results, right? I guess I can kind of do that and see what happens, and then I do play results dot init, and maybe it's happy with that. Maybe it's happy with that. Do we get errors? No compile time errors. And would you look at that? It refactored. I think. It worked so well that I'm like partially not convinced that refactored. I know this should mostly work. I don't think the transition back is going to work. Let's see. Oh no, the transition back still works. That's crazy. That's good. Okay. I'm really skeptical that that just worked. So I replace every reference to global results display. It needs to be this. right? And that's just an import. Yeah, okay. So that's making me happy. And are there any references to results display here? Because if there are, I don't want them. Okay. Yeah, so you have to be stopped. You need to be stopped. This is just this dot now, right? Okay. Well, this should be this dot. It should be this dot, but I haven't ported that function back over here. Yeah, let's bring you back over here. Okay. You kind of belong at the bottom. I'll stick you down here. In fact, let's bring over all this unused stuff because I'm going to need it eventually. Okay. No, now it's not mad at me anymore, right? Okay. This dot. Right. Okay, you're mad. Results display dot get accuracy sorting values. So this is now just this dot. And this is just this dot. Yeah. Good, I guess. Good. Yeah, okay, that's a good sign. No references to results display anymore. Good. Okay. Now let me run it again just to make sure it's working. Now I claim that if this is still working, I can make this guy go fade out. Because that was one of the big barriers stopping me from fading him out, was because he used to be in a separate file as all the other UI. But now he's in the same file as all my UI. Yes, now he's in the same file as all my UI. Oh, that's right. Okay, hold on. Yeah. I remember when I was trying to demo this to a friend, I think I found a bug, so we might come back around to that at some point. It's super edge case though, I think. But it might be worth investigating. Okay, so I guess this is done, right? And if it's done, Okay, if it were truly done, then I could delete this file. If you were really my friend, I could delete you. Problems. Uh-oh. Oh, I see. There's other parts of the program that really only matter for like playing and stuff. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is curious. Why? So we've got like the compile errors, and then we've got this. This might be helpful. This takes me right to the problem, so. It doesn't solve it, but who was referencing it? Who was referencing it? There, okay. Oh, right. I don't want to have to do that anymore. Okay, that's not a big deal. And now, okay, this is not as simple a solution. Right, this is not as simple a solution. So this is, well, I mean, it's a little bit simple. We do play results dot init instead. And we need to do that for, oh, in the workspace, quote unquote. Okay, so I would need to have all my files open if for this to work properly. Okay. See, there's also the other kinds of displays that have the ability to reference this. Let me read. Well, let me just recompile, and then we'll see. Training display, replay display. Yeah. Okay. And it only does it once, I think, so I think we're good. How about replay display? Which is going to be in its own folder. What else? Oh. I guess it's good to go? Cool, I think. I think that's cool. Now to make the return button fade out. Now to make the return button fade out. Cool. This is the init. This is do rendering work. You get point position, draw. Okay. And the return button is hanging out way down here. Okay. Now, how did I fade out everything else? How did I fade you out? This is on click. Where's like style.opacity? Huh? Oh, it's right. Okay, I was totally missing it. Okay. Here we go. So you guys also, yeah, okay. Return button, yeah. Hmm. Okay. Next, I guess. Yeah, we've got some more buttons here. We've got some more buttons here. This is the crusty part of the program, for sure. Okay, yeah. Very crusty. You are a span, which is fine, I guess. If it was a div, usually I like rename the variable to include the word div. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so all that will fade out. Cool, I think. Yeah. Yay, the return button fades out now. And I need to later implement a new option for the user that lets them turn off this animation. A classic rule in rhythm games is for every feature you add, you need an option for the user to turn it off. And that might be a little bit tricky. If my program is not as robust as I think it might be. Yeah, because I basically need something that's like, that like jumps ahead to the final stage of the animation, and that might be a little bit awkward. Because I need to do it in two places. I need to disable the animation on the play results file and in the deep dive file. That's definitely something I should do though. I really like the idea of all my UI being like instant, you know, or at least it has the ability to be instant. With this, see, this is I although the deep dive animation is really slow, that's definitely a con against it. I think it supports the use case really well, having it be animated. Because if you're trying to follow one particular thing, you want to make sure that you can see whether you're finding it in the deep dive. Otherwise, I worry it would be easy to get lost. It's already pretty easy to get lost just doing this zoom window thing. I'm like trying to communicate the fact that doing the deep dive zooms in a lot, you know? And I don't want to make them like scroll up and down a whole crap load looking for their one event that they're trying to locate. And they can scroll during it too, which is cool. Right? Isn't that cool? Oh, I love this cute little bug where I'm stuck with the little down arrow weird thing from the smooth scroll. Okay, it went away. Good. Yeah, it's okay. What's my next task? Okay, so like I've officially refactored this, and I fixed all the associated errors, and I made the return button fade out. I could fix the CSS. Wow, that's a weird way to pronounce it. The CSS a bit. The scroll bar. No, I don't really notice the scroll bar. I think it's okay. Improve the easing of the rotation. Yeah, that seems good. Seems cool. Seems good. I should do that. Yeah. Oh, I've already got this. We're pretty close to being done, but we've got a lot of work to do to show accuracy type counts. There's going to be a lot of fiddling with that, trying to make it look good. Yeah. I need to take a break for a few minutes, though. My throat is also a bit not great right now. Yeah, let me take a break and come back and see how much more work I want to do today. Hello. Coming back now. Let's see how much energy I have. How much energy and patience. Coding is really hard sometimes, man. We've come very far in this program, but man, some days it just takes a lot out of you. For no apparent reason. Everything's gone so well today. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'd like to start working on my histogram idea. That's a white screen. Okay. Excuse me. So this is pretty cool. But another classic feature of an accuracy results screen is you want to summarize. So this is great because this is accuracy over time, right? This is a more granular and detailed way of expressing average accuracy over time. Okay. But you also simultaneously want a overall average accuracy. And because that's really useful for it's sort of limited usefulness because you can't really it takes the whole song and sometimes whole song metrics are not super great, but they're really good at identifying like some systemic issue, right? Like if your overall accuracy averages out to I wonder how misses and boos should work. Maybe we ignore them. I don't know. Yeah, I think we just frickin' ignore misses and boos, honestly. Maybe that's a little bit of a cop out, but I think we ignore misses and boos. But if you've got like some systemic issue where you've got the wrong offset setting, for example, just this averaging all this together is a really great way to help you identify problems like that. Really good way to do that. And yeah, so I want it to be over on the side, which seems a bit iffy right now. But we want it on one of the sides so that you I just feel like it's so much more intuitive and you can see the correlation, right? Like if you look at this beside this, you can see like, oh, if I pile up all the dots over here, because you can't really pile up the dots this way. You pile up the dots this way. And I think like the downside of doing that is obviously that the it's going to be a relatively small graph, right? It's a cute little thing over here. That's a downside for sure. But I just think that's really good because you get the intuition part of it, and I've seen histograms for accuracy results graphs before, and usually I've found that I don't care for having a lot of granularity for those. I kind of just want to I just want to see the bell curve of it, you know? I just want to see the bell curve of it and the line in the center. And yeah, and maybe I can just grab the I can reuse the draw background function. Just transpose it over there. Ooh. You know, I wasn't gonna do it at first, but the cool factor is really cool. If this dynamically updates with your window that you have selected. I wasn't going to do it at first, but the cool factor is really strong. The cool factor is really strong. Yeah, I think I do it because of the cool factor. Hmm. Now, now my only thought is, how are we going to do this? How are we going to draw? How do you want to do this? Classic line from Matt Mercer. How do you want to do this? Except that we're actually in the opposite scenario as when he uses that line. We're in the situation of just getting started. We have not actually conquered any scenario, slain any beasts. We are. This is our first encounter with the antagonist. My features are the antagonist. Yes, that's right. There's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly intuitive. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so this guy, gonna slide him to the right a bit. Yeah, gonna slide you to the right a bit. Quite a bit. Can I make you taller? Do I wanna? Nah, let's not. Let's not rock the boat, I guess. Does that actually move it to the side? It better. Oh no. Oh dear. Um, are these? Is it hard coded in CSS? God, that'd be the worst. Let's see. Track. These are. This is class stuff. Dot track toggle button. What about the div that they're in? Ah, yes. See? Tisk. Um, I think I resolved that that's okay. Just that I have to live with myself. I have to live with the fact that it's in two places. I could go around that. I could work around that. It would be I don't want to think about it too much, but like there is definitely some potential, right? Like I could every draw frame go and get the style information for this guy, right? I could go get the style information for that guy. And so that the user could control the positioning of the canvas drawn elements using just CSS, right? Like obviously that's neat. That's like a cute little thing, but not so sure if I want to do that. Okay. I have lots of decisions to make about like bin width and stuff. Hmm. Herm. Huh. Hmm. Huh. Getting the data into the thingy is going to be a bit weird. Do I pre-render the histogram? Hmm. We'll see. We'll see what the performance implications are, I guess. Right? We'll see what the performance implications are. Aggregating 500,000 points might not. Hmm. Yeah, actually, aggregating 500,000 points is probably a lot. It's probably a lot, come to think of it. Well, I better do it in here. And so I want to make some separate, like make a rectangle for this, make some bounds for this. So let histogram. And we've got this dot graph inner bounds. Same height, right? Oh no, yeah. The x is gonna be different. It's gonna, well, sort of. It's all gonna be dependent on that, or derived from that. Let's do a height of, or a width of like 80? Probably a little bit too wide, but let's see. Okay, and then we shift U minus 90. Top left Y is the same. Let's try that out. Okay. And to start off, let's just do it based on all the data, right? Okay. if I want to exclude misses and boos. Then, how do I... Wait a second. How do I make a histogram again? I'm gonna need something like... How important is this selection? Is there an accuracy util for like the width? Let's see. Oh, okay. I think I've done this before. Done this calculation. In my loop. I think I have access to this information already. Right. Get latest. Okay. This is in the constructor. Right. This is new accuracy bounds. This is old accuracy bounds. So if I just make a global for this. See, I never anticipated I would need both versions of the accuracy bounds. Quite understandably. This dot old accuracy bounds equals that. And now we need to sprinkle this dot on everything. Okay. Sprinkling is done. Now I will use these accuracy bounds to do histogram stuff. Okay. I want a number of bins that is odd. I could determine this dynamically. I think in statistics, they like have recommended numbers of bins. don't think I'm gonna worry about it. I just don't. Nah. Let's do a lot of bins. Right? I want a lot of bins, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna do a lot of bins, and I think I'm gonna do a bar graph, horizontal bar graph. Gonna have some spacing between all the bars as well. Yes, I think that is what I will be doing here. That might be too many. Is that too many? I don't know. We'll find out. Oh yeah, I think doing this dynamically is absolutely going to be impossible. For like the big set of data, probably. I just realized, yeah, I don't. Well, how do I determine what bin it's in? Right? That's going to be an interesting little formula. Uh, so let me think about this. I'm going to start at. Wow, interesting. It's possible that for each point, I'm going to have to run this for loop of classification. Ooh, yikes. Ooh, yikes, dude. Ooh. We might actually want to use binary search for that. Ooh, yikes. Wow. Has to be run on every point. That might be unpleasant. Yeah, that might be really unpleasant. Anyways, this dot old accuracy bounds dot least time. Okay. And least time corresponds to the bottom, right? All these guys should be, yeah, plus, plus, plus. Right? You're going to be on the upper part of the graph. Yeah, okay. we're going to so we got to do this dot old accuracy bounds minus this dot greatest time minus least time. Okay. And we got to divide it up this many times. How can I do this with a binary search? That's really what I ought to do. Is there, like, I could write my own binary search probably, but is there a JavaScript built in for this? Is there a standard JavaScript function for binary search? Asked on Quora. No. And some random person says I should use Fibonacci search. I've never heard of Fibonacci search, I don't think. Fibonacci search divides the array into two parts that have sizes that are consecutive Fibonacci numbers. On average, this leads to about 4% more comparisons to be executed, but it has the advantage that one only needs addition and subtraction to calculate the indices of the accessed array elements, while classical binary search needs bit shift, division, or multiplication. Operations that were less common at the time Fibonacci search was first published. And it's O log n. Okay. That's curious. I guess it's possible that that could run faster than binary search. There's just a guy on Quora who copied and who like put his code in there. Thank you, Philippe. Okay. Right, and I could do it recursively, which feels bad. I don't know if I want to do it recursively. And this is to do it iteratively. Okay. Let's let's do it, I guess. So here's the thing. I'm 99% sure, maybe like 85% sure that that implementing binary search is is pretty much necessary if I want this to run quickly, because I need to do this search for literally every point. But you know, I could just not. Right? I could just not. Let's pre-compute some things. Let's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pre-compute an array of least times and greatest times, just to make it just that much more easy to understand for my own purposes. Not saying it's optimization. I doubt it is. Okay. This needs to, I know that I'm gonna need n+1 of these, aren't I? What? How did... What? In what universe? Oh, I see. It's confused. I see. Okay. It's confused because I thought it was specifying a type. So I put this dot and it's like, oh, I know what you mean. Alright. Part of me thinks that I'd be a better programmer if I swore off of using IDEs altogether. Okay. Okay. It's mad. It's mad. Why are you mad? Can I not type or spell? Oh, I need to make you an array. Yeah, okay. What have I just written here? Dude. Dude. Okay, so... Is this correct? Now it might be. Okay, that kind of makes sense. And now we go through we're like, we need to classify it into a bin, right? We need to classify it into a bin. So this is a double for loop. You know it's going to be bad. Okay. And we say if yeah, okay. That's definitely necessary. If accuracy millis, so we do nope, that's not a type. That is not a type at all. Here we go. So we say bin.least time less than or equal to accuracy millis less than bin.greatest time. And let's see. And maybe we just stick a less than or equal to there too. Because it's going to find the first thing that it's correct. So the first bin will be slightly wider than it has any right to be, but we don't care because it's such a tiny thing. Such a tiny issue, it shouldn't matter. Okay. If these two things are true, then we win. Then J is the correct thing. Then we say, what do we say? We add 1. Bin counts J plus plus. I need to initialize bin counts with all zeros. It's actually a lot of work to make a histogram, isn't it? How about let me negate this logic so we can get rid of one level of nesting. Okay. This is not even drawing anything yet. Now we have our bin counts. And hopefully this will all add up in the end. And now we want to display this. Okay. How do we graph this information? How do we want to graph this? Well, I'm going to be calling fill rect. The x for the start is determined by histogram bounds, for sure. Top left y is going to be derived. Okay, so we need like a for loop. Bin counts. Yeah, we're going to be doing this for each bin. We need a fill style. Maybe we do that here. I'm just gonna cheat for now and go grab the one for the first prescribed color. This guy. Is it here? Yeah, it's right here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, fill rect. Fill rect is not the is not the thing that's going to take most of the processing power. That's for sure. Now, another aspect of this is we need to get the max bin count. Okay. But this gets run for every point. Realistically, I don't think that's actually an optimization. I think that's... I think it makes more sense to do this afterwards. Cool. Okay. So width is equal to bin counts I over max bin count times the width of the bounds. Yes, that's right. The height. We've got an interesting problem here. Do we want spacing between these horizontal bars? Probably yes. But for now, no. So we just take histogram bounds, height, and we divide it evenly between all the bins. And then finally, the Y position, we're going to calculate with a slightly complex formula that would make this take more than one line. We're going to need this in our calculation. Yeah, we probably come up here and be like, bar height. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Because that's how many bars we will have passed at this step in the drawing. Yeah. Okay, cool. This, so this, gosh, this is actually a lot of code, isn't it? This will run totally fine, I think. Because there's not that many things going on. Hey, that looks really good. Wow, that looks freaking awesome. There's like lines between stuff. Okay, let me see if I can fix that. Why does this look normally distributed? I guess it's not normally distributed. I think it's more like a triangular distribution. Interesting. Looks pretty cool already. Okay. One thing, though, with drawing all these tiny things next to each other. Where am I? I'm lost. Help. 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 I'm lost. Okay. We want to see there shouldn't be any space between any of these bars. What does that tell you? That tells me that in the mapping from number space to canvas space, which is pixels, there's a problem. Okay, there's like some rounding errors. It's bad. So what we do is we stick math.floor or math.ceiling on it. And cross our fingers. Because yes, it's not perfect doing it like this. Because the bar height is a very small number as it is. So, yeah. Okay. See, that's still effed up. Yeah, that's effed up a bit. And that's because the bar height is not a whole number, meaning we can skip over. Yeah, we can skip over sometimes and get this 1 pixel gap, which we really don't want. The bar, it looks less blurry, like it looks a little bit better this way. And we probably want to slide this to the left a bit. Slide the histogram to the left a bit, can we? Okay. I already tried doing that, but I needed to do it even more. I don't know why I'm obsessed with like using even numbers on the spacing. It doesn't matter. Okay. So this needs to be even a little bit more crazy. Yeah, even a little bit more crazy. It's like, I need like a top and bottom Y, right? If I'm gonna make this work how it's supposed to work with no spacing, then let's do that, right? Okay. Yeah, because bar height is a floating point number, and it's not necessarily going to divide evenly. It's not necessarily going to divide evenly. So we want the flexibility of customizing the bar height to our heart's content, but we also need to make sure that when we map it to the raw pixels, that it's, you know, not awful. Yeah. Okay. So no more of that. Well, this never needed math.floor because this is already like this is based on this, and that's already, I mean, we know that's going to be pixelized, pixel aligned. Top Y, width. Yeah, width is going to suck a little bit, right? That's going to suck a little bit. And I could just wrap this in math.floor, right? Yeah, wrapping that in math.floor might work. And then this is going to be bottom Y minus top Y. Okay, and then what you do before going on to the next one is you say top Y is equal to bottom Y. Yeah, and then bottom Y is equal to math.floor. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it should be, I should actually do this like histogram bounds dot top left Y plus I times bar height. I plus 2, because we're still like in this old loop. I could probably shift this up, right? If I shift this up here, then we could do I plus 1 times bar height and do this. That might work. And this subtraction should be guaranteed to be an integer, but sometimes we don't get that. Sometimes we're not promised that. Okay, yeah, now we're getting what we expect to see. Now we're getting what we expect to see. There's no spacing between the bars. That's what we want. Well, that's like mostly what we want. Yeah, and there is one that is perfectly center aligned, guaranteed, because I chose an odd number of bins. Yes, that's good. And it's not that dynamic yet, but it's still okay. Yes, I think we will want let's see. It's supposed to look like a histogram. I want it to look like a histogram and not some like line graph thing. Out of curiosity, if I go to a real replay real quick. This is a problem. Something has definitely gone wrong. But see, that looks like a histogram. And then there's this one guy hanging out here. Which is not great. Don't know what I did with that. Because this isn't loading. 624, I guess, is okay. Kind of don't know for sure. Yeah, why? Yeah, that's a problem, right? That's a problem. Okay. This is a bit of a distraction, but maybe I go look at that. Okay. Replay display end song. So this is what gets called when I hit escape, right? Okay. And oh. So I don't actually do that. I don't need to do that anymore. Maybe that's the issue? Okay. Yeah, I didn't notice that this was still not quite written correctly. Okay. I don't need a global reference to play results because I've already got one. The class name is a global reference. Okay. So let's try this again. Yeah, this of course is still working because that It wouldn't be not working. It wouldn't not be working. Okay, replays, view. No, we still don't. We still don't get to have that, which is weird. Cause what is, what is this getting data from? What is it? Where's its data coming from? So this calls init. Is it, does linear recording not exist in replays? That doesn't seem right. No, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, linear recording, per track recording. 840. Hey, look at that. There's 840 in here. And we classified 840 entries in our loop. So we know that that's probably mostly working correctly. What did we get this time? It looks like the data's all there. We have a linear recording. We have a per track recording. Okay. So what am I missing here? What am I missing here? Well, let's look at this. Cannot read properties of undefined reading width. Play results line 470. Play results line 470. Point canvas. Point canvas is undefined. This dot colored points. Bracket accuracy index. So it could be that the accuracy indices are all wrong. In which case, when you try to reference that, it's just going to be all broken. Linear recording, let's find one of these. It looks like a normal accuracy millis. Yeah, that looks pretty normal. Point canvas is undefined. That let's look at that, right? Let's look at that. All right, this is gonna absolutely spam my log. Okay. We have canvases in there. Those are canvases. Okay. Should put another console.log in here. Accuracy index. Right? Accuracy index. I. So I should console.log this.linear recording I. Okay. For sure. For sure this time. This time for sure. Okay. Accuracy index is undefined. Oh. How could accuracy index be undefined? Accuracy index is based on accuracy indices. Accuracy indices is defined during rendering. Yes. Yes, it is defined during rendering. Oh. Wait. Is this like is this only a problem when if I do like a double initialization? Is that the source of the issue? Is there some kind of like this dot last rendered point index? Is that the issue? Is this the issue? Oh, wow. If it's undefined, God, jeez, why did I code it like this? And when do I reassign it? I see. Okay. Wait, this is inclusive of end index, right? So do I not end up if end index is greater than or equal to the subline recording length minus 1, then we're done. Otherwise, so don't I end index equals that. Math that, min of that, and that. So am I not re-rendering one of these points? Why would I do that? Do I not do this? And set this to -1? Surely that's the solution, right? Okay. Gosh, freaking every time, dude. Every time I try to use Alt-Shift, it just breaks. So terrible. It's trying to be smart when I do it, which makes it stupid. Holy shit. Num rendered 840. Good. I bet before it was not rendering exactly the right number. Oh dear. Okay, now let's look at the actual replay. Okay. Num rendered 628, num classified 624, which makes sense because it looks like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Okay. Oh yeah, and they're showing up on screen now, which is that's sort of the entire point of everything. Cool. That is just absolutely loading up my console.log. I believe we fixed the problem, so we want to get rid of that. We want to get rid of that. And this is good. So, okay. Problem solved. It was a what would you call that? What would you classify that? A non-idempotent something or other? A non-idempotent init function. This feels like it doesn't exactly line up. Oh, that's right, it doesn't. It doesn't because this needs to yeah, this needs to like not include margins, right? Or if it's gonna include the margins, it needs to maybe I do want to include the Martians, because otherwise it's gonna be slightly off, slightly weird. Hmm. Where do I use old? This is the Y values, but what about the accuracies? Okay. Yeah. Good. Let's replace old accuracy with new accuracy. That should fix a little bit of my issue with it. For free. Yeah, I think that fixes a little bit of my issue with it for free. And now those sort of should line up better. But we also want to have these margin things there, because why not? We should classify those too, you know? But it would be really nice if I could just map those accuracies over for free. Maybe we don't do that just yet, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm feeling pretty tired. I don't have a lot left in me, but I might still get to do one other thing. Okay, you guys go away. Yeah, we solved you. You're fixed. One thing we might consider is spacing between these bars. Yeah? Spacing between the bars. There's bin width, and then do I have bar width? I should probably call it bar width if I don't already. It's just width in here. Okay. Yeah, that's yeah, okay, it's actually bar height. Let bar spacing. Let's have a 1 pixel bar spacing and see where that gets us. If that gets us in too much trouble. Okay. So now we're not just dividing up the height among the bins. Well, we kind of are, but it's like Yeah, we divide up the remaining height to those bins. And then, okay, and then bottom y is equal to, well, okay, it's not quite equal to this anymore, is it? Bottom y, it's equal to I times bar height plus I times bar spacing, maybe? Maybe that's how it works? I haven't thought it through perfectly, but I think that's correct. This might just work. Yeah, this might just work. I didn't save before compiling. I should do that. Okay. This is not right. No, that's not right. Let's see them all. You know, let's just see them all real quick. Um, problem. Problem. I'm not getting anything from a console.log. How? Why? The heck? What the heck in heck, dude? Oh, huh. Yeah, this is a little bit of a weird thing. Okay, let's do this. I might have actually gotten it, I just didn't realize it. You know? Okay. So, what are we doing here? 158 to 159. Huh. It's weird that the heights can vary so wildly. Here we get 3, but here we get 1. Which tells me that I need to do something like this, maybe. Yes. Okay, I think this is what I expected to see. We get widths of either 1 or 2, always, right? 1, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. Yes. Okay. Very good. But it kind of looks not great is is my issue. It kind of looks not great is my issue. So if I wanted it to look better, then I would need fewer bins. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could try to do like some function based off of that. I don't think the bar spacing is really working for me. I think we prefer 0 bar spacing. I'll leave it in the code though, because it's so nice to have it all calculated correctly. Got hiccups now, I guess. Or maybe it's one hiccup. Classic one hiccup and leave. Let's see if we like 25 bins. $25 bins is maybe a little better. What if we have 25 bins plus 1 bar spacing? Not great. Now, I gotta ask, why does this point down here seem to not show up? Right? Isn't that a little bit conspicuous? Or maybe this is just so... Yeah, maybe this is just so big. Oh, it could be because I'm using math.floor on the width. Yeah, what if I didn't use math.floor on the, whoops, on the width? Wait, am I crazy, or is this actually reflected vertically? And it shouldn't be. Yeah, I think I wanna reflect it vertically. I think there's a problem here. Okay. Now, why does that happen? I guess what it means is I should actually iterate backwards, quote unquote, or I should draw the bins backwards. Yeah, I'm drawing the 0 bin at the top. That's my problem. I just reversed this iteration, right? Well, I is greater than or equal to 0. I kind of like drawing it from the top down. And okay, there's a problem. Oh, I'm doing I++. I broke my browser. Browser's still broken. Alright, let me fix this. Dude, it reopened the broken tab. It does that every flipping time, and it's so annoying. Gosh dang it, Chrome. You've got issues. Okay. Bring back the window capture. And OBS, you know, I have to like switch to a different tab. There's just, everything's got a bunch of tiny little bugs that nobody ever wants to fix. And it bugs me. It annoys me. And I didn't even fix the bug. Gosh dang. So the only real issue, I guess, is in this calculation. Okay. So I need to do length minus 1 minus I. Now that should work. Maybe I will probably check that as well. Okay. here we are again. There we go. Now we've got it. Now we've got it figured out, dude. Oh, that looks... that looks not great, right? I think I definitely want to draw it underneath stuff. Either that, or I go back to the drawing board a little bit on this window, and you know, don't draw this part of it. Just don't draw that part of it. Maybe that's doable. Yeah. That's not clear. Yeah, that will be an interesting problem to figure out. Yeah. Okay. But for now though, let's see. Do I have all these noted down? Draw misses and boos. Let's see. Change the histogram based on the currently toggled tracks, and change histogram based on the current on the zoom window. Because that's just so freaking cool, right? Even if it's like a little bit silly, I think it'd be pretty cool. Just sort of to show off. Yeah. All right. Great. I think I'm gonna call it a day though, because I'm still not 100%. My throat is a bit but we ended up doing almost 3.5 hours, which is like pretty good. When I first started this, I was struggling to do 2.5, so I guess it's all right. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I do plan on streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow might be another short stream because I have a thing later in the afternoon, but we'll see. We'll see about that. Until then, farewell.